Hey, it's Justin Tech, and today I'm going to review the Razer Blackwidow Elite keyboard more than a year after its initial release date and see if it's still worth buying today in 2020. The Razer Blackwidow Elite is a full-size keyboard, and compared to a 60% keyboard or a TKL is much larger. I myself enjoy smaller keyboards like the Ampro 2 and the Ducky 1.2 Mini because they take up less space on my desk and I use an extended mouse pad, so that means less room to move my mouse. But if you need a full-size keyboard, the Razer Blackwidow Elite is one of the best full-size keyboards on the market. It's made of a full metal frame which gives it a nice premium feel. It has very nice keycaps with a professional font, unlike the original Blackwidow Chroma, which had more of a gamery font. This one can be used for more professional settings, like if you had to use it for work or anything like that. It also has a USB 2.0 port and the headphone jack on the escape side of the keyboard, which can be used to plug in your mouse or your headphones, and it's a really nice feature that Razer did include. The only problem is the cable is very thick and requires two USB ports, one for the USB pass-through, and also to use the headphone jack you would have to plug that in as well. I would rather have the USB-C cable like other keyboards, but I know it would not be possible to have the USB pass-through if it did feature a USB-C cable. I just really enjoy the USB-C on other keyboards like the Ampro 2, as it's a really thin cable and it can be used for your phone, keyboard, or anything, as most things nowadays do feature USB-C. It comes with a nice wrist rest that connects magnetically and can be used for any other keyboard that you have. It's probably one of the nicest wrist rests that I've seen that's included with the keyboard. The only problem is the wrist rest did scratch the keyboard in many places where the keyboard connects to the wrist rest, but I mostly use the wrist rest with this keyboard so I don't notice it. But that is a thing to note if you're planning to use the wrist rest sometimes and then not use it, as it did scratch fairly easily after a few weeks of owning it. And there's a groove underneath the keyboard to route the cable through the right, left, or middle of the keyboard. Another advantage over the smaller keyboards is the media keys feature. You can use these to mute, change volume, pause media, or go to the next or previous track. I really enjoy this feature. I use the volume changing the most, and I use it to mute. If someone comes to my room or something, I can just hit mute and I can listen to what they're saying. The only thing that I didn't like that they got rid of from the original Chroma is the dedicated macro keys on the left side of the keyboard. Although you can set macros to any other key on the keyboard, I did enjoy the dedicated macro keys for Counter-Strike and other games like that. And of course, the RGB lighting in all Razer keyboards and every Razer product is very bright, and this is controlled through the Razer Synapse 3 software, which is probably the best software for keyboards out there. If you want me to cover this software, I can do a video on that as well. Just let me know in the comments and I will do a video on that. So like all other Razer products, this has many different lighting modes. There are a few that I didn't show in this video, but the main ones are breathing, fire, reactive, ripple, spectrum cycling, starlight, static, wave, and wheel. It has white LED lights above the arrow keys that show if you have caps lock, num lock, or scroll lock on, which is a nice improvement from the original Chroma. The original Chroma had LED lights shining through the plastic, which was really hard to see, and it was in the top right where the media keys are on this keyboard. Overall, they did fix a lot of stuff from the original Chroma keyboard, and this is a lot nicer than the original keyboard. So Razer has 3 different switches. The ones I'm using are the green switches, which are tactile and clicky, like cherry blue switches. The next ones are orange switches, which are tactile and silent, like brown switches. And they also have yellow switches, which are silent and linear, more like red switches. Here's a sound test for my Razer green switches if you would like to hear that. So in conclusion, should you buy the Blackwidow Elite in 2020? There are a few minor problems with this keyboard, but I still do believe this keyboard to be one of the best keyboards on the market, and you can't go wrong with buying this keyboard. I highly recommend buying this keyboard in 2020, and let me know in the comments what you want me to review next, or if you have any questions with this keyboard. Please tell me in the comments below or message me on Twitter at JustinTechTV. I also post a lot on my Instagram, also JustinTechTV. All the links will be in the description below, so make sure you follow those and I will keep you notified on upcoming videos. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, as well as turn on post notifications to get notified every time I upload a new video. And you might also enjoy these 2 videos, so make sure you go check them out as well.